Hi, welcome to She Spice. Since the strike on Diddy's home half a month prior, there's been twirling talk that the federal authorities have distinguished prominent VIPs caught in the Oddity off tapes. They seized from the rap tycoon, however, the officials authoritatively haven't delivered any names yet. Numerous sensationalist newspapers and blatherweb journals have emerged with arrangements of individuals they suspect were recorded by Diddy inquisitively. The names set forward so far are essentially as fluctuating as the varieties in a painter's range, creating loads of turmoil in the personalities of fans. Luckily, Joe Rogan, who seems to have insider data and is typically the wellspring of precise data, has supposedly delivered a rundown of the 13 superstars displayed in Diddy's Oddity off film. Fortunately, I've gotten the rundown of names suspected to be on Joe Rogan's supposed rundown, and having done my cross-checks in light of past information, I have presumably concluded that these top famous people are in the recording, and the names incorporate Cassie Ventura, Stevie J, Rodney Jones Jr., Tame Factory Usher, Youthful Miami Cuba Gooding Daphne Delight, T.D. Jakes, Chris Earthy Colored Rick Ross Jade Rye, Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez. How were these superstars caught on Diddy's tapes, and what action were they purportedly taking part in? I couldn't in fact envision such depravity and such happenings happening to a hoodlum rapper like Compliant after an Oddity off meeting was supposedly quiet.
Diddy, go along with me as I bring you through a world of fond memories to show how these individuals wound up in Diddy's supposed trap of misleading and extortion. We should start with Cassie Ventura, the carrier and troublemaker of Diddy's new difficulties. Diddy and Cassie dated for barely 10 years until they separated in 2018. Their relationship was only fiery as the couple severed it no less than multiple times just to accommodate again. Obviously, every relationship or marriage has its difficult situations, so no one thought about everything except there were bits of hearsay that the rap magnate was mauling his protege. Wendy Williams suggested this when she guaranteed during one of the episodes of her show that the chief of terrible kid diversion was controlling Cassie. My thing about when you date an investor is that it's a truly troublesome thing to keep away from them since, supposing that you think carefully, no one can tell when they'll spring up on the scene. Williams told her studio crowd, saying the action would terrify her. He can employ a plane right now and land on top of the inn. She's remaining compensation individuals off at the front work area. Give me a key and let me get into her room. I think this was an excellent opera from Puffy. I don't really accept that he truly needs or wants her back. I accept that he most likely dealt with her at some specific point, like a belonging. And anyway, many individuals hid her charge where no one would think to look demanding that the "I'll be missing you" rapper was blameless. Well, a couple of years after Wendy was legitimized, Cassie at last assembled the boldness to sue for what is accepted to be a large number of dollars. Cassie exploited New York's Grown-Up Survivor Act, which permitted casualties who have endured R&SA to sue their culprits. Currently, here's the fascinating yet miserable part. As per the suit, Diddy constrained Cassie to lay down with various men while recording the whole experience. She additionally asserted that the rapper would beat her till she drained and utilize her until she turned into a fiend. On the off chance that Cassie's claims are anything to go by, it's conceivable that Diddy has her tapes, which could be in the ownership of the federal authorities. Inquisitively, he denied every one of the claims, likely including having the recordings of Cassie anyway, given how quickly he moved to privately address any outstanding issues. It raises eyebrows about Diddy's honesty about Cassie's situation, as a matter of fact. Cassie's claim and the ensuing calamity enabled around 3 ladies to document claims against the business magnate, so considering how Diddy finished his claim with his protege, it wouldn't be over the top to expect that he has recordings of Cassie's Oddity. Next up on the supposed Joe Rogan list is music maker Stevie J, the award-winning maker who was important for the Diddy Creation Group. The hired gunman who chipped away at his 1997 presentation collection had no chance to get out. He's been working for the terrible kid leader for the past 29 years and knows the intricate details of the organization. In a new meeting with TMZ, Stevie J, a genuine named Stephen Aaron Jordan, was at Diddy's Miami home when country security burst onto the scene with their choppers and defensively covered vehicles. He portrayed the scene as a warlike zone described by clearly bangs and vigorously furnished men, as per Stevie J. He was at the entryway of the studio when military men showed up and pointed around 15 laser dabs on his shirt, yelling guidelines at him. Yet that isn't the reason he's purportedly on Rogan's rundown. Here's the reason. Half a month prior, Rodney Jones Jr., a music maker, documented a claim against Diddy guaranteeing the music investor S.A. him during his experience with the organization. Jones, who worked with Diddy on his most recent collection, asserted that the rapper attempted to bait him into his bed, yet he declined his advances to persuade Jones to lay down with him. Diddy flaunted that he'd laid down with probably the greatest names in the hip bounce industry and proceeded to drop a few hints about individuals he was alluding to without referencing their names, all aside from Stevie J. Now, that is an intriguing one, since for what reason didn't the business big shot drop hints about Stevie J yet reference him by name? For instance, the claim states Diddy asserted he laid down with a rapper who hailed from and dated Nicki Minaj, which many individuals believe is alluding to easygoing, yet didn't specify him by name with the exception of certain references, like, I couldn't actually envision such lewdness and such happening to a criminal rapper like mild envisioning after an Oddity off meeting with supposedly easygoing and Diddy, so why Stevie J? This is where many fans suspect that Diddy has filmed his Oddity off with different people on the off chance that he didn't. He wouldn't be so bald-faced as to make reference to the music maker's name when he realizes that he had proof to demonstrate it strangely. Jones asserted that J. Diddy was important for an undertaking that pre-owned a freak-off film to coerce big names to do their offering, and it's logical that Stevie J is on one of those tapes. Jones additionally claimed that Stevie J was important for the endeavor and that his occupation was to enroll laborers for Diddy and his visitors, who disparaged his gatherings. True to form, Stevie J has denied all reports, firmly guarding his supervisor's distinction as per him. Diddy is guiltless of the multitude of claims raised against him, including Jones's claim, and surprisingly, he participated in an internet-based spat with 50 Penny where he provoked him to a battle. So, in view of Rodney Jones's claim, it is profoundly conceivable that Stevie J could be on Diddy's tapes discussing Rodney Jones' word on the road and proposes that he also could be on Joe Rogan's rundown. Now country security has been hush about what truly set off the strikes on the Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami homes, with the exception of the authority reason that they were exploring HT and Saint wrongdoings. Anyway, many fans accept that Rodney Jones's claim is the primary driver that drove the security office right into it. Every one of the claims against Diddy since last November were about SA&R violations, none referencing anything about wrongfully moving individuals. So considering that country security's explanation matches Jones' claim, it isn't unrealistic to reason that his claim prompted the strike, as we referenced before. Jones claimed that Diddy grabbed him on a few events and endeavored to lay down with him. He reviewed a circumstance where Diddy bound his beverages with, and he fell oblivious just to awaken close to a woman he accepted to be a sorker. He likewise asserted that Diddy coordinated freak-offs where he welcomed a few superstars to come party. He then, at that point, recorded these famous people participating in lewd acts and later coerced them into doing his offering. Anyway, the claim doesn't make reference to, regardless of whether the music magnate has a tape of Rodney, yet it won't shock anybody assuming he does. As per Jones, he and she cooperated between September 2022 and November 2023. An organization that brought about 9 tunes on the Adoration collection, for which Jones is credited as a maker. Jones additionally charges that he was not paid for quite some time and a very long time of work. Jones likewise blamed Diddy for shooting a man in Vessel recording studios and calling the police to clear up his wreck. He is looking for $30 million in pay for all that he needed to go through while working with Diddy. In the meantime, Diddy has rubbished Rodney's claims, guaranteeing that they were finished untruths manufactured to harm. His appearance was an assertion conveyed by Diddy's lawyer. Lil Bar is just a liar who recorded a $30 million claim while indecently searching for an unmerited payday. His crazy name dropping about occasions that are unadulterated fiction and basically didn't occur is just a straightforward endeavor to earn titles. He guaranteed that he had overpowering proof in actuality and had a go at imparting it to Jones and his legal counselors, yet they disregarded it. They have overpowering, unquestionable proof that his cases are finished falsehoods. Our endeavors to impart this proof to Mr. Jones' lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, have been overlooked. As Mr. Blackburn won't call us back, we will address these extraordinary charges in court and make all fitting moves against the people who make them because of a solicitation for input. As Blackburn told USA Today, prosecution ought to never be the main. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.